Fortnite Chapter 4 has just released, and it looks insane, from a new island, a live event, and some crazy characters. Here's the story of Fortnite Chapter 4 Season 1 explained. During Fracture, we watched as the island reforged itself as a combination of various realities that now sit in space. But how does that even work? How are we just floating? Well, a large chunk of rock below the island can be seen, and is quite large and has more depth than the island itself, therefore it has the largest mass. If you understand what gravity is, which I'm hoping you would then realize that the water and the island are both pulled down onto these large rocks, sitting them perfectly in their place, and allowing objects to orbit around the island's base as well, which is why Chapter 4 has a gas ring circling around it. Yes, we have an atmosphere and there's still a loop and a storm. As long as the 0 point is at the center, there isn't a great deal of basics that change upon the island. That is until we talk structurally, where every Chapter 4 location is entirely new, and there's a pretty cool story behind it too. Spawn Island is now set on a chunk of land that will possibly later combine with our island, as there are so many of these chunks, so there's nothing too complex here. Maybe the island will expand later in the season. The only thing that has changed is that the bus has a total revamp, and it looks really cool, and it also seems to run by some hyper engine built by an earlier imagined order, as well as a good portion of the island that is also run by them. So let's take a look at that. If you're gonna tell me that this looks like the agency, you're not special. I'm sorry, okay, but literally everyone is saying that right now, and I believe it means a bit more than just a subtle map reference to the Midas season. What if it actually strengthens a strong story connection between both Midas and Geno? We know that the agency was constructed by Ghost, who are an extension department of the Imagined Order, as in this trailer we see the original plans for the agency in the bridge hallways built, again by the Imagined Order. Maybe this is a more medieval twist to that beloved location, and an earlier model of what will eventually become the Imagined Order. Donald Mustard has even said we're closer than ever to seeing the first form of the Imagined Order, and with Geno's younger snapshot now residing within the Citadel location, I think it's really safe to say we are in for a hell of a lot of story this chapter. Shattered Slabs is a mining facility also run by Geno's snapshot called the Ageless. He's currently investigating a glowing ore known as kinetic ore that is controlling the island's power, and it's all under his reign in a faction known as the Oathbound, who are likely to be in an earlier form than the Imagined Order. Breakwater Bay and Anvil Square both share similar looks to the mines, and it seems as though this Autumn-type biome was actually called upon by the 0 point within the island's fusion process to rebuild the Imagined Order, as we know they are quite effective protectors despite having done some questionable things. The 0 point needs them, so if this medieval Imagined Order are being encouraged by the 0 point, what else does it want, what else does it need, and what else did it bring to our new island? Well, the new and improved snow biome is definitely a standout, and it consists of a location heavily reminiscent of the Seventh Sanctuary. Brutal Bastion is run by the Reality Warriors, who have their designs solely themed around the Seven, as well as the 0 point itself. I mean, just look at the similarities here. They're shaping up to have quite a good intention. I mean, they're called the Reality Warriors, like surely they're fighting for us, right? So this new faction may just be our best shot at survival on the Chapter 4 island. Now, this biome also has a base by the same faction that was on the Ice Moon, so this whole chunk may be from the Ice King's planet itself, which I find super interesting, but maybe this biome is from some other reality. Want to hear something not so interesting? The grass biome. No autumn this time, no snow, no ice, just plain grass. That actually looks really nice with Unreal Engine 5, but back to the video. Houses on one side, a scammy business on the other. Welcome to Slappy Shores. Does it sound familiar and happen to be not original in any way, shape, or form? Yeah, no, because I wasn't going to say that it was a ripoff of Slurp Juice either. I mean, even if it is, it's at least like a better ripoff, right? I mean, you get infinite sprinting with no fatigue for 20 whole seconds, which in my opinion beats Slurp by an absolute mile. Then we have an abandoned street mall, a modern day farm, and that's practically all the lovely grass has to offer, but it does look really cool with these new graphics. So, the 0 point has fused together the lands of both the Imagined Order and the Seven. Amy, the scientist bot, seems to be overly egotistical, and Geno's snapshot might just be the chance for him to finally change his ways and work with the paradigm. Are you excited for the future of Chapter 4 and the story it has to tell? If so, I hope to see you on the next storyline update, that if you subscribe, you won't miss, I'm just saying.